Why do we remember them? Each whānau will have a different story, and this is ours.
Way back in the year 1914, the Australian and New Zealand soldiers united to form one big army to fight in Te Pakanga Tuatahi o Te Ao. This new group of soldiers were called the Anzacs. This war was really a fight between these countries in Europe, the Allies and the enemies. But because Australia and New Zealand have ties to the British, we had to support them in this war. So along with even more allies like the Indians, the Irish and Canadians, the Anzacs were sent off to fight in what would become one of our history's most remembered wars. The plan was simple really. It was to fight the Turks and take over their country, clearing a passageway through this narrow piece of water called the Dardanelles, so that the Allied ships can enter and bring in supplies, which was critical to winning this war. And then, at dawn on the 25th of April 1915, the first Anzacs would reach Gallipoli in Turkey, at a place that is now called Anzac Cove, and it was here that everything started going wrong. They were met with rough seas and huge cliff faces, with the Turks firing from the top of the mountains, rushing to stop the Anzacs from invading their country. A lot of soldiers from both sides died on this day, in a fight that would last more than 8 months, with more and more soldiers from Aotearoa being sent in to help, like our great-great-great-granduncle, Herewini Aramakutu. He was part of the first ever Māori contingent that arrived in Gallipoli on July the 3rd, 1915. A contingent who would soon become famous for their extraordinary skill and bravery in battle, with many soldiers writing letters about them to loved ones back home. And then, finally, in December that same year, the surviving soldiers safely left Turkey. They'd been defeated. The Turks having won this battle, but the Allies would go on to eventually win the war.
And as for our tupuna, Herewini Aramakutu, he died on that battlefield on August the 6th, 1915, and now rests in Karipori, at a place where enemies fought but are now friends. And 109 years later, we still remember him.